My name is Patience Lewis. I'm 18. I've just really been in sports all my life. My parents, they've really been involved. Like, even though their time is really like occupied with something else, they make sure to like include me and like be there for me at like any competition, sporting event, anything really. So they're just like always there. And my little sister Shalina. Can't forget about her. I started playing volleyball in the 7th grade, and then I started playing club that year as well. And I was on 16 select, which is the 3rd team. I could tell like my drive in volleyball was different than basketball. Like, I loved basketball as well. Like, I love any sport that I play, but volleyball, was just something different about it that like deep down inside I was like, I want to play volleyball for like the rest of my career. Freshman year, I was like, I have to get better to like proceed at the next level. So I dropped track freshman year and went full volleyball basically at the beginning of my sophomore year. And that's when I started getting private lessons every week, along with 2 practices a week, sometimes 3, to get better.
The absolute best part of being a volleyball mom is all the memories that we've made. You know, we've gotten the opportunity to travel the country and just see her work really, really hard towards something that she absolutely loves. She has always been really adamant about getting extra work in, always growing her game. Being able to find something that makes her tick is just the absolute best joy as a mom. And you know, the memories that we've made, you know, and spending all this quality time with her throughout all these trips I feel like it's been the best part.
So I started thinking about changing clubs like halfway through my season last year. I just felt like I needed like a new environment, like something different, like a change.
Patience decided her senior year to switch clubs, and it was a difficult decision for her because we had made some amazing relationships with, you know, the kids, the parents, the coaches at her previous club. But she also felt like she was ready to move on to something that would continue to challenge her and, you know, reach her ultimate goal of getting recruited to play college ball. Being the new person isn't always the easiest, but the team did a really good job of like welcoming her with open arms. And initially she did feel like the new person, but then it ultimately felt like family. I'm super proud of just her, you know, putting herself out there and taking that risk and, you know, stepping outside of her comfort zone.
When it came time to like nationals, I decided that like I needed something new. And then like over here at HJV, recruiting is so much different. Like, it's more of like a family. I just needed that different change, and I'm so happy I made that decision because here we are.
What would you say are your strengths on the court?
Strengths is probably my communication skills with my teammates, like always uplifting them no matter what, and just my drive in general.
You're like the hype girl.
Yeah.
One of the hardest parts that I remember very vividly is something not going in her favor. There was one particular year where she did not make a travel team, and she was just devastated, and I was equally devastated because there was nothing I can do besides be there to support her. But we had the difficult conversation. I told her, if it's something that you absolutely love and you want to continue to pursue it, then you should absolutely just go for it and just continue to work hard. And she did, and it worked out.
Volleyball is a mental sport, so like anything that happens, you really just have to shake it off so it doesn't affect the plays after. And I have to think about like my like attitude affects the whole team because I'm constantly on the court. So I have to be like basically like the leader and like step up and like shake off my mistakes and just keep going, because you can't dwell on mistakes in volleyball.
So we learned a lot throughout the recruiting process. There was some disappointments. There was initially some schools that expressed interest in her. We had some visits and things seemed like they were promising, and then they kind of decided to go in a different direction and weren't very open about it. So it kind of left a lot of question marks for her. She was initially disappointed and somewhat discouraged because it was very exciting to kind of get that kind of interest early on. I just always had to remind her to stay the course and just be consistent and trust the process, and she did. She got a lot of interest coming back from the holidays in her senior year, so it was like after school ball. We went on a bunch of visits, we were really busy, and she found her home. She found what felt like like her new family at Southeastern Oklahoma University in Durant, Oklahoma, and I'm happy with the decision. It felt like the right decision. It felt like home, her next home for the next 4 years.
I decided to commit to Southeastern Oklahoma State University. I wasn't even talking to the school at first, but she saw me play and she emailed me, and I was like, it was something new. Like, it just came out of nowhere. And we set up a visit, and the campus is really pretty, and Oklahoma just in general. And all the girls were just so welcoming. It literally felt like a family as soon as I met them. And they were just so involved throughout the whole tour, and I loved the facility and the weight room. She said we'll talk in a couple weeks about an offer possibly. And then I had to take another visit to a different school, and they didn't give off the same vibe as Southeastern Oklahoma did. At Southeastern, I feel like I can bring the energy and the positive vibes in general. And just my quickness and always being there for everyone in any situation. Ending with these girls is probably the best decision I've ever made. Ever since I was at Stellar and I'd come speak to Sydney at their court, everyone would always talk to me. So ending with them, it's a second family that I'm basically losing, but they're still gonna be there throughout my whole college, everything. It's very emotional.
I want her to see herself as amazing as I see her. Just knowing that, hard work will pay off. Whether it be what you envision or not, it will kind of manifest itself in its own way. I'm most proud of Patience for just being a good kid. I mean, she just made it easy to be a mom. I gave her the name Patience because I always wanted us to be patient in the process of learning how to be a mom and, just figuring it out. I feel like that's what you do with your first child, is you kind of figure it out and try your best and hope that it's enough. And I'm just so proud of her just being patient with me, because I feel like we grew up together because I was young and we just figured it out in some way or another. What I would like Patience to know is to just, continue to put God first. Just know that He's got you. I mean, God granted me this stewardship over her, up until now, and now He's got her from this point forward. And I just want her to remain faithful and know that, with God first, she can do pretty much anything that she wants.
My mom is definitely my biggest supporter. She's always the team mom, first mom to be there, post everything. Everyone literally loves my mom, but she's always so involved, and how can you not love her? I want to thank her for everything. She's always found a way to be there and in any situation and give me literally everything I want. She would always say, I wanted to give my kids everything I didn't have as a child. And she did exactly that. I couldn't thank her more for I wouldn't be anything without her, literally. And just thank you for it all.